G'day.
G'day, K-Man. G'day, Noxie. How are you, mate?
Fantastic. How are we tonight? Ready for a big one?
Living the dream.
Love to hear it.
Right, so what are we looking at on the map here? We've got the track map there. Nox?
Yes,
Sorry, guys, we got some...
we got Silverstone tonight. It's round 3 of the Tier 2 for drivers tonight. So we got another beautiful large grid at, how many do we have here? 32 drivers tonight. So smoking big grid. So it's going to be probably going to see a lot of action and maybe a little bit of rain tonight. We've had a little bit with the Tier 1 drivers in their race, and that threw a lot of carnage here and there. So it might spice up the racing a little bit more if we do get any.
Yeah, that was an interesting race last week. I know that once we kicked the race off and then we saw the forecast with rain, I myself was like, oh, what's this going to look like? But there was definitely an interesting night. All running around for 10 or 15 minutes on a damp and greasy track, which was good fun. No one actually went in for wets, which was also good. Everyone seemed to be prepared, which is nice to see. M. Harris is on. He's just saying that we sound a bit echoey, but he can't hear K-Man because K-Man hasn't spoken yet. K-Man's our production manager, who we sitting in the background. He might pipe up every now and then, but we might get him to do a sound check. All right.
Ads, your voice is actually a little bit like roboty. Like, I can hear you fine, but I'm not sure how it's coming through on the YouTube stream.
Have a listen. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I think I'm coming through. Sorry for the Yeah, no, I think mine's scratchy. I'm going to change. Give me 2 seconds. I'll change my headset and whatnot.
All right.
2 seconds.
It's not ad man, it's ad robot tonight. So. Don't they look slick, everyone? Give a big thumbs up, shout to him in the chat there too, guys. It sounds sexy. A bit muffly. Yeah, you guys sound good to me, but there must be some sort of odd setting in OBS going on. Is it watchable though, guys? We'll try and fix it, but is it watchable or listenable? Yep.
I'm back.
Sounds better.
That's better?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you very much.
you very much.
All right, where are we with these overlays? What's going on? What are we up to? Yep. Great idea. Have a look at this lead into... So who's done this, K-Man? This has all been done by Bounty, hasn't it?
Mm.
Excellent. So big shout out to Bounty there. Well done, mate.
All right. Yes. What shall we go off with the Pro-Am boys? So in first place, we got Brett Mont with 47 points. Below him, you got Bits and Missing in second. Bounty and I'm going to confuse myself here. I'll just go on because Maverick in second here is actually amateur driving, but he's pulling a blinder at the moment in this season already. Second is Bits and Missing Pro-Am. Fourth is Bounty. Fifth is Kick It and Rip It. Sixth is State Stim. 38 points. Not much between all these top guys here. Not many points. So and it's still very early in the season, so anything can happen. Cotton Cool, 34 points in seventh. They got Black Falcon in eighth. Christopher in ninth, and Flung Poo Panda in 10th, who had a bit of a race to forget last race in Spa with 1 point. So I'm sure he'll be swinging tonight.
Yeah, I'm hoping that he fights back
Yeah.
after that shocker that he had last round. But I mean, if you look at the points table and then you look at the overall team points, it's fairly reflective of where those guys are, those teams are operating. So you got P&L 1 and 2, and then PRT 4, 5, and 6. So definitely strength in numbers, that's for sure.
Yes.
And it certainly reflects on the points table. So 7-round series. Hopefully that there's few guys that have not performed so well, or they've been involved in unfortunate incidents on track that has put them down. Well, we saw that last week with Gazza. Unfortunately, was involved in a top of the Arouge going through Rattling, and bang, there's a car sitting at the top of the hill waiting for him to say g'day. And that was it. End of race. A lot of damage. So unfortunately, he's not probably where he should be in terms of his driving ability. But look, it's a long series, so we'll see how we go.
And it really, he probably had the move of the season already, going around the outside through Radon there as well.
Yes, I'll agree with that, mate. I remember we both got quite excited. Not sure if that's because of the wines that were flowing and the gins, but I'm not actually having a gin and tonic tonight.
It would have been exciting no matter how much I drank, or if I was drinking nothing, it would have been exciting. So
yeah, well, I've said to K-Man I was going to have a gin and tonic with ice tonight, but I remembered listening back to our stream from last round, and then every now and then you can hear this like tinkling noise, and it's the ice cubes going up and down in my cup. And the problem is, which it's not an issue, but it's the frequency of it is an issue. But anyway, we'll move on. Oh, just while we're on this page too, this is a really good example. So if we look at the championship standings table, at the bottom there, we've got a live little rectangle box there, which basically, So again, while we're in the stream, hit the like button. Again, Race on Oz, so the biggest sim racing league in Australia and New Zealand, and then we've got our sponsors, Pagnan Racing, Gamesman, Selby Acoustic, and there's a few others in there too. But big one too with the Podium Racing website. Absolutely fantastic website that Bounty's put together. It's got all the statistics, track guys, as we mentioned last round. So yeah, it just shows where we were, even 18 months ago to where we are today with what we've been able to achieve, and we're all volunteers. None of us are getting paid to do this, but the amount of work that goes on in the background with a lot of our members. From the admin team, captains and whatnot. It's just amazing the amount of, things that people do and the time it takes out of the day or night, whatever it might be. But and then managing your people in your own teams as well. But so a big shout out to everyone that's involved. Well done.
Absolutely, you guys do a stellar job, keeping everything running smoothly. So don't know how you do it sometimes. Keeping everyone happy is definitely a tough job that often goes unnoticed. So yeah, fantastic stuff.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Alrighty. What, Mr. Production Man? Where are we next? Fantastic. Thank you.
We've got about 4 minutes left to go. And we'll be on Red Bay.
We are. It's highlighted. That's not his car.
Oh, and Red Bay's actually in the 158 here at George. That is a cracking time.
158.
Yes.
Wow.
That's
just nuts.
That is a fantastic competition. The next closest driver is Kick and Rip It at second, 0.6 behind. Rain and 5 a little bit off, 0.7. And then they're not any slouches either. So yeah, Red Back putting the afterburners on. I think he's going to be the one to watch in the quality here.
I think you might be right, mate. Harris is saying the cars are too loud, man. Probably coming over the top of our voices. You can only say that because he's just son-in-law. Well, Brett Watt, where's he cycling around at the moment?
He's in 5th at the moment. I know.
In 6th
now. Yep. A
Yep.
little bit, just picked him by a little bit. 1.2 seconds. So still, very respectable times there. So good to see Little Bear up there. He's been a little bit sort of unnoticed the last couple of races, so it'd be good to see him taking some swings at the fast guy at the top of this race.
Yeah, it's we've got a newcomer in there too, TT2504. We signed him up the other day, so he's in P14, so that's good to see. He's pretty keen to get involved too. Be cycling around as a privateer tonight until we find him a home.
TT2504. That sounds like a Terminator robot or something.
Yeah, we used to race in project cars too. We had a fella racing a similar. With the initials. I'm not sure if it's him, but he could be. Quick driver.
From the future?
From the future, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, man, we've got a minute left. Is anyone about to come over the start-finish line? We can't do a cockpit view, can we? Well, let's see that.
Well,
whoever's about to go over the start-finish line.
509, it's Redback, number 1.
Quick hot lap. Alrighty, jump on ink. Rightio. Yep. He's in the pits, is he?
No, he's running around. He's just gone through maggot decks now.
Oh, yep. Oh no, he's slowed up.
He's pulled over. He's heard us talk.
He knows.
So.
He knows that we're listening. Hey, Harris, how's the car sound now as it's coming through, mate? Just to make sure that we've got some good quality still coming through.
Yeah, that's good. The final second just came down for the practice. Really got a few people might do one more lap. Brentmont's still going around.
Sound is a bit crackling, someone awesome saying. Well, let's do a cockpit view of Redback anyway, K-Man. So when he does go out for his qualifying lap, I'll be able to do a quick run through. So we did have a hot lap sorted out tonight, guys, but unfortunately YouTube hasn't allowed us to download the video. So yeah, we've looking to improvise.
Green light. Go, go, go.
I'm sure Redback will give us a good hot lap though. So he's just heading out now. I'm a big fan of his livery colours still.
Yeah, we always have been, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's been pretty good.
I really enjoyed that one. So, he driving in front of him.
It's always interesting with the Porsche how it oscillates through the front suspension. Fair indicator that it's pretty low on fuel.
Yeah, when you don't really have to settle it through maggots and back. I remember driving it. Not this version, but season 8. And yeah, all the pink through maggots and maggots for me. I remember it not fondly. It's like here.
Alright, well we just go to your normal camera if you want, K-Man, and I'll just talk through it from there. Normal camera view. You don't, because you only sort of see half the left side of most of the track.
Yeah, so was there like a dash?
Yep, that will do, mate.
Yeah.
We'll run with that. Alright, so he's in the process of warming up his tyres now. We've got a track temperature of 31 degrees. We do have a variable weather conditions this evening as well, so that we don't know what the race is going to look like yet. Now we only had 5 minutes of rain last week, but probably 15 minutes of wet track and greasy track, which was very interesting. But those Redback just power slides it around on that left-hander. We'll just jump on board with him and we'll do a quick lap around Silverstone as he makes his way down around the last corner onto the start-finish straight. He does have traffic in front of him, so it's probably going to be difficult, but what he wants to do is just brake just at that marker there. He's going to tip it in. He wants to try and maintain as much speed as he possibly can. I think he has broken track limits. Coming up through maggots and beckets. Again, hopping across all the curbs. You want to not brush off too much speed. He's actually pulled out of this lap by the looks of it, and there goes someone off in the background. But just as he makes his way up through onto Hanger Straight. Now this is an opportunity to just get a little bit of a breather as well. Just have a reset as he goes under the bridge. Coming to Stowe. You're going to brake just before the curbing. Keep it in nice and tight. Go as wide as you possibly can here without breaking track limits again. Then you're just going to come into this little left-right turn. Keep it nice and tight there as well. Quick shift up in a second. Take it out as wide as you possibly can. Maintain as much speed as you can. Don't touch the curbing there. As we say, keep off the sausage as we come up into this section, go out wide, cut across the apex, hit the grass. Some people flick it down into fourth gear. And as you on approach to this corner, you've got a wide open braking section. You want to brake just at the curbing. Again, keep it nice and tight. Centre the car in the middle of the track. You get a late apex here, so you get a nice run out. Some people do just take a little bit of the curbing on this side once it's done. It's got a nice exit. Now this next corner as well, this is a difficult one. You brake just at the marker and you're basically turning in and braking at the same time. You're trail braking into this corner. You want to keep it nice and tight. Again, try not to go too wide. You want to first gear around here, quick flick up into second gear. And then as we make our way back onto the start, finish straight. And I don't think this will be a registered time, but there you go, guys. There is a lap of Silverstone. So glad you're all on board. Hope you enjoy the comments team tonight with the broadcast and enjoy the racing ultimately. And there's some nice close battle on track. So thank you. I'll have a beer now.
Good stuff, lads. So already Flunk and Panda's put on 159.2 now. So he's leading the charge. Closest person is behind him is blacked out and is second, 0.6 behind. But I'm sure we'll see Redback put in a winder on possibly this lap. He doesn't overdo it. Yeah.
Well, that's Panda's fight back, really, isn't it? From where he ended up last round. So Brett's up in P3, Gazza's up in P4. So this is where we saw him for the last couple of rounds, and unfortunately, as I mentioned, he's had no luck. With some unfortunate on-track incidents, which was not his fault, but he's in a bit of pain at the moment. He's had a little bit of a surgery happen at the start of last week, I think it was, in the middle of last week. So still on a little bit of discomfort. He did race on Sunday Night League, and then basically said he was pretty buggered after that. But yeah, glad he's out there tonight representing the team, but again, I'm glad he's out there just having a race and having fun.
Just can't say no to a good race kit.
Nah, well not when you've got triple screens and you've got an overhead monitor to look at. I know he's not doing that with the PS5, but geez, you just wouldn't want to get out of that chair, would you?
That'd be
yeah, well, could be. With a 158.8. Very nice.
Fortune time. Should be pretty happy with that.
Oh, I think you mentioned that, didn't you, mate? You said they're French, aren't they? Yep. And very, very hard to understand. Yeah. Yeah. Oui, probably plus. Is that it?
Did you say pops of fuel?
Yeah. Okay, that's good. We should too. What's in the Ferrari? Yep.
And he's sitting.
Currently in P20. Now, well, while we're on Bounty for a moment, let's now that the protest has all been submitted and it's been resolved and there's been an outcome. So let's talk about the last lap of last week. 3 cars. You had Someone Awesome and Osh Wizard and Gawur. So all battling for the podium finishes. And how did we go coming into, where was it? Can't remember now. I'm just looking at my track map here for a second. Coming off Hanger Straight.
The
it's into. Yeah, it was to So coming into the loop there, and unfortunately, someone awesome and Oxbridge had a coming together, which resulted in Kawir coming through and taking the race win. So that took the opportunity away from someone to have that race win there. But it'll be interesting to see what tonight brings, because there's definitely some guys in there that are doing some cracking times, and not that far off of where the Tier 1 guys were. Just goes to show you how small a gap there is between Tier 1 and Tier 2. We've got guys in Tier 1 that, like myself for instance, that I couldn't even break into the low 59s in the Lamborghini, so I'm not sure if it's my driving ability. I think it's just just reading. Sound is a bit crackly for me too. Is there ads and knocks only, or a third person that we can hear? There is a third person flying that came in, but he's our production manager, so I'm not sure why it's crackly. I don't know if that's something at your end came in, if both Knox and myself are. No. Might just turn the it doesn't sound. Yeah, it doesn't sound fantastic on the stream note. Just have a quick listen. Maybe the cars. Can we turn the cars down just a fraction more, K-Man? If that's possible. Yep.
Yeah. The K-Man has been talking for her, but
Yeah, not very much though. We've got him in the back, way back. All right,
I'm sure he'll sort it out in the next couple of streams. I'm sure he's in the background now, fiddling it out as we speak. So I think me and Ads will try and
not very much so.
keep the talking going.
I think it's coming through right now. I'm just looking at the stream. It does look like it's okay. So we'll and I can hear K-Man coming through as well. So I think we might be right now.
Good. We've got 3.5 minutes to go. And Thumpu Panda's only a 0.1 off Redback, so he's.
Oh, that's Kick and Rip It. Kick and Rip has just dropped up in front of Panda, and you got Redback in. Oh no, sorry. What am I looking at the wrong screen? Apologies.
Well, Kick and Rip is not too far off either, so we've got 3 drivers here within
a tenth of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Even round of 5 not that far off too. And then it's a bit of a gap to Brett Want and those guys behind, who's that group there, very close as well. So we're gonna have a few groups here battling it out. So it's gonna be an interesting race.
Well, it's definitely going to be interesting. Like I said, we don't know what the weather's going to do. So last round we saw guys coming from being back in 25th position to being up into nearly the top 10. Through people's on track mistakes and race etiquette. So there's an opportunity for some of these guys, and if you've got these guys that are so close at the top now, there's definitely an opportunity for some of these guys at the back to capitalise on them making mistakes. So we've got Cameron Footner's in the house, so g'day Cam. Hey mate, I've meant to ask you too. Last season you sort of blew us off a little bit because you had a woman in your life, and I think it was a new relationship. Is that still happening? Is that still there, mate?
Thought she gave him the pass.
Yeah. No response yet, as you can see, so he's probably thinking about what he wants to say.
I think he got all his brownie points and cashed them all in to start racing again.
Yes. Well, I'm glad about that. Good to have him in the team.
That's what I did.
Well, we missed him last round too. He was a no-show. He was obviously a very busy man. Not quite sure what the circumstances were in terms of his why he was absent, but that's okay. Hopefully he's there for the for Zolder, and then hopefully he's there for the endurance because he's going to be my A driver and I'll be the B driver.
A formidable team.
Yeah, thanks.
But he did take a while to get his PS5 though.
He did. Yep.
So I think in between, did he moved house and?
He was.
And 0.085 behind Redback. Good time.
Why is that, mate? Oh, dear. You guys are doing all right in the bloody team championship, are you? Oh, that's right. I remember now. You'll be there. You'll get there. Hey? No, it's not. No, you'll be right. You just need Keaton to stay at the front, mate, and get some good points for you.
He actually needs to start a race first.
Well, it looks like we have anyone that's by a blue car. Yep, definitely. That's okay. It's his first race out, so it's,
Cameron says she's coming over to watch the stream and even had a crack on us a few days ago. G'day, Mrs. Footner. Welcome.
We might have to get her on at the end of season presentation and see if she can do a shoey. All right, so we got finishing positions, have we? You got anyone else that's sort of threatening to come through? And no. So that's it. Panda's got Redback's got pole position.
Yeah, Redback pole with a 158.8. Flumpu Panda just behind 0.085 in second. Kicking a ripper with a really good time too. 0.1 behind. Rain of Fire also with a really good time in fourth. Then we got the new driver, the T1000 in fifth. And you got sixth is Stu Wilson. Brett just behind him in seventh. Gaza is here in eighth, and ninth Sape Sim, and we got another BH driver, Black Falcon, who had an awesome race last race. So that's your top 10 for you.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Definitely a couple of. Where's Maverick out of all that? Where did he end up finishing?
Good question.
Can we see? Because yeah, okay, that's
actually
good. Can we scroll through the driver list there?
I can't see him.
He might have disappeared.
And when we jumped on, we had 32 drivers, so he might not be racing tonight. Yeah.
He is tier 2, isn't he? He's an AM driver, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. I wonder if well, I guess we don't really know what the issues are at his end, but we'll hopefully get some intel from someone in the chat. Someone awesome might be being a P&L driver, might be able to provide us with an update on what's happening with Maverick.
Well, nothing in the Season 10 chat I can see at the moment.
Yeah, okay. Well, hopefully he gets that sorted.
Yeah, it'd be a shame to, if he misses this race, because he's been doing some real good driving. He had a stellar race at Spa, the other race, coming from the back of the pack to take, I think he got 7th or 5th, something ridiculous.
Yeah, I think he did actually. Oh, these guys have. Sorry.
Yeah, you go.
No, I was just going to say, now they've just lined up on the grid. I'm just trying to zoom in and have a look at the weather forecast. It appears as though in 15 minutes, is that still like fairly cloudy? Is that extra cloud or
sun and cloud? I know.
Yeah.
So no rain yet on the cards.
So we're predicting that the track temperature is going to drop down over the duration of the 60 minutes. But the guys are going to be racing tonight. Stuart Barkley's in the room as well. G'day, Stu.
Yes.
How are you?
Hey, Stu. Welcome to the stream. Someone also says no Mav tonight. He's working, unfortunately.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Anyway, that
still can't hear K-Man, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know if that's actually true because he's not talking very often, which is probably why people are thinking that they can't hear him. But I don't know. Maybe you can sing us a song, K-Man. Live stream, are you? Aren't we doing that already?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Now we've got Wilco in the house as well. G'day, Wilco. How are you, mate?
And we've got Binger.
And
Binger King.
Binger.
Okay, guys, welcome.
Yeah, just be interesting. I'm just curious to see what this weather's going to do for 60 minutes. I know that when we last week we saw the weather forecast sitting on the grid there, and we already sort of kind of knew what was coming. But yeah, I'm looking forward to watching. If it rains, which I hope it does, and I definitely don't wish this on anyone here that they have a spill, but geez, it's going to certainly make things exciting. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's always fun watching the carnage unfold when it's raining, but when you're the driver, it's a different thing.
Yeah, no, it is, mate. You definitely get a few moments there where your heart's in your mouth, and everyone. As soon as it rains, everyone turns up the traction control, turns up the ABS, and then you're playing with it. As the rain stops, and then you're feeling the track, and you want to get the traction control drop back down again in the ABS, but you don't want to do it too much because all you got to do is have one spin, and you can easily lose 20, 30 seconds or even from that, put it into a wall and get some damage, and then head back to the pits and do a big repair. So sometimes it's better to be patient and take it for what it is, and basically just try and manage yourself. As 60 minutes is a long time to be out there.
30 seconds.
So if you've got 5 or 10 minutes there where you've got to just drop off down to back 85, 90% of where you would normally be driving at, then that's what you need to do. So
20 seconds.
Anyway, let's fingers crossed it rains.
Yeah, there's definitely an art to it too. You sort of got to change all your braking points as well. Sometimes 50 meters earlier. well, that's probably a bit too far, but depending how hard it rains, it can definitely be that far. And also, when it happened for us, we were all on the slick tyres, so definitely you're trying to pick that braking marker where you just make that apex, but not too late, or you'll be flying off onto the grass. And
Yeah, it makes it difficult too. Sorry, mate, for the people that have their braking markers where it might be, you know, a dark patch on track or on the grass there. So when it's raining, you know, a lot of that disappears. So it then becomes a guessing game. But yeah, as the guys now cycling around for their warming up into their formation lap, there'll be a fair bit of tyre warming going on, and a lot of wiggling around and flexing the sidewalls of these Pirelli tyres. And there's been a lot of these guys too that spent a lot of time practicing over the fortnight to, you know, perfect this track. Now, it's funny. I was talking to someone the other day that was a sim racer that through work, and he actually does track days up at the track here in Victoria. I can't remember the name of it. Up towards Orwi-Wodonga. And he said, "Oh, Silverstone's a fairly easy track to drive around, isn't it?" And I said, "Well, not really. You know, it probably seems like it is, but there's so many areas and corners where, you know, I guess you're tempted to drop it in a little bit deeper, go through like where we're looking now, go through there on that right-hander, and how much apex do you take? How much does it unsettle the car? Come into this corner, how much do you defend? You know, you always see cars dropping it up on the inside and pushing it in deep under brakes. You know, there's a lot of stuff to manage as a driver, but let's hope that we have a good race tonight. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yes, well, me too. And yeah, it depends how aggressive you set your car up too. Like when you're in those real fast chicanes like Maggotts and Beckett's, and depends how much pitch you got. When you're sort of changing directions really quickly, it can really upset the car if you don't sort of do it smoothly. And one tiny little mistake, and that's the end of it. So
That's
fast
it.
corners can really hurt you here if you don't respect them.
Here we go. Well, cameras just come in. Winton, yes, that's what it's called. Thanks, mate. I appreciate that. And Pesky, g'day. How you going, buddy? Hope you're doing well over there in Adelaide.
Yeah, Bestie. They're all lining up in the grid now. Coming around the final corner. I'll keep an eye on the guy at the back.
I'll keep an eye on K-Man's stream, which is the guys at the front. The race has been initiated.
Green light. Go, go, go.
And it's off, and we look to be having...
And we've already had a crash. The Ferrari and Scotty Pye's gone around. Oh, this is horrible. And two BHR drivers have gone around. Scotty Pye and I think it was Exorcist.
Okay.
And I think BC and the Ferrari, number 24. Scotty Pye's gone around again. May have, it was the incident between those three, unfortunately. But not a good start for them.
That's a bit of bad luck for those guys down the back there.
Yeah. We've had another incident here. Gee, what's so much going on here?
It's pretty tight at the top so far. We've got Red back in the Porsche. He's certainly flying along. He's pulled out just a little bit of a buffer there to Kung Fu Panda in the Ferrari. And then we've got Rain of Fire, followed by Kick It and Rip It. So it's good to see that we've got three different types of manufacturers at the in the top well, 5 in the top 5 positions, which is good.
Yeah.
It's not just a Ferrari-dominated race so far, which is fantastic. As they make their way around onto, sorry, Noxie?
Yeah, well, always good to see a nice mix of cars. They all have their pros and cons.
They do. And I'm just checking the weather forecast. Nothing has changed as yet. Still sunny with a little bit of cloud cover. Not that I'm wanting rain, but it would certainly make it an interesting viewing. So I'm thinking about you guys there at home whilst you're having a beer and eating popcorn. Always good to see some action on track. Not that we want to see crashes, as Stu said, but we do want to see some action.
We already got
Moving on board here with
plenty of action here.
Who we on board there? Who's that? That's Sniper,
F1
75.
Sniper.
F1 Sniper, yep. Let's see in the McLaren. Yep, excellent. So he's up in a P11. What about some of those guys down the back there, Noxie? Have they recovered? Have they been able to catch up?
There's a lot of rubbing in that first lap there with a lot of the back markers. We just had a Ferrari. He's gone off. We'll be looking at Yickety. He's parked it up.
Finished for the night?
28th. He's just on the side of the road at the moment.
Yep.
And he's gone to the pits. So, fortunately, he's backed out.
Who else we got in the pits? Scotty Pye.
Scotty Pye and Team Little Bear are also in the pits. And,
Team Little Bear as well.
Yeah. Lots of... Yeah, I think there's going to be a few little replay reviews on that first lap. And we've got someone slowly driving around. Who's car number 18? Wayne Morris. He's down 28th.
Yep, so that's another BHR car.
Yeah, so not a great start for BHR again. We've been in the wars the last few races, and it's not. He's just spinned it around again, going into the hairpin.
Yep.
Not a great night for Wayne.
Not by the sound of it, no. Certainly not reflective of Team BHR from last season when where we won the team championship. So sounds like we've got a bit of a battle on our hands to try and claw back some of those points. As we mentioned at the start of the stream, it is a long stream.
I think we need to fire the captain, to be honest.
Well, that's easily done.
Nah, yeah, all good. I joke.
That's all good, mate.
There we go.
It looks like it's settled down now a little bit at the top. So even though they are within 2/10 of each other, there's not a real lot happening at the moment, which we would kind of expect, considering that it is only 5 minutes into the race. I don't think that any of these guys would have tyres screaming at them as yet.
Not yet. We're watching Interrails go around trying to catch Edge in 18th. They've got a little bit of a pack here. Who's that? Jamrock and Morningstar just ahead of him. They're pretty close together. There's Interrails trying to keep up with them.
Well, Bounty's up in a P10. Where did he qualify? Was that? I think he was down the list a bit, wasn't he?
Bounty, 19th. He qualified 19th.
Okay, so that's a pretty good effort so far. Already up in the 10th.
Yeah, he must have had a very clean start.
Well, he did the same thing last round too. He started down towards the end and actually came up through quite a few positions as well. So, and he does it under the radar. Like you don't notice it until sort of midway through the race, and all of a sudden, bang, there he is. Just driving Miss Daisy around Silverstone. Well, yeah, that's good.
Flumpoot Panda's caught back up to Redback out the front here.
Yep, so he's 3/10 in behind him. He's got the lights on.
Pushing together. Rain's holding on. Could Rain be another Javar and just sort of pull a wind out of his hat?
Yeah, well, the thing is, he's in the Lamborghini, so I thought that car was nerfed, but he's doing a really good job. He did it Suzuka as well. He did a really good job, but dropped off towards the end of the race. I just think, through tyre wear and tyres heating up. But this was shaping up to be looking like a very good battle at the top here between Kung Fu Panda and Redback. And we saw too with between Someone Awesome and Osh Wizard last week, both in the Ferrari. Osh Wizard would sit right in behind him to get the draft, but made basically zero gain on the car in front. And I'd say, given that, where we know with Ferrari how it is with the BOP and what it does, it's actually good to see 3 different manufacturers up here now. So it'd be good to see if the Ferrari does close in on the Porsche down the back straight, hang it straight. And if Rain of Fire can jump onto these two as well. So, and this is what we spoke about at I think it was Suzuka actually. These two guys came together. They were battling, and what it did was it drew Rain of Fire in. Then it became a 3-car battle, and then those guys would then settle down and they'd pull back out again. But when they started to really fight for positions, it started to bring Rain of Fire back in.
Rain will always be there, so he's got the hot seat at the moment.
Well, if I was racing, I'd prefer to be Rain of Fire having the hot seat. Rather than being Redback and having Kung Fu Panda clawing at my backside.
Yeah, and he's got a bit of a gap to kick it and rip it. Kick it's almost 2 seconds behind, so Kick it can still pounce if Rain makes a mistake, but it's nice to have just that little bit of gap where you don't have to worry about anybody in your mirrors and you just race your own race, follow the guys in front, try and pick up on any mistakes they do.
Well, Redback's already being a little bit defensive, so just coming into that entry point there on that first right-hander, so he did take a wider sweep to certainly close down, where Kung Fu Panda might have thought that he could come through and drop it up on the inside, but it should be interesting. The Panda 91.5. That's cue to get a beer. Just for the viewers out there, I'm just going to wander out with my monitor, do my beer fridge, and grab a beer. Actually, the way I'm going, I'll probably end up taking you guys to the toilet. There he is too. Very good. Oop, wrong door. Ding ding.
A very close battle there with interrules.
Yeah, this is shaping up to be a nice little battle, actually. You get BV Racing in there, that will be a nice 4-car battle.
Yes.
Yeah, just got to say goodnight to
pretty racy.
young Lenny Dogs.
So who's that between BB and Urge? Is that Honda? But a little bit. He must have been lap. And he was in the pits getting his damage fixed.
So has he registered a pit stop? He has.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. So his car's looking a lot cleaner now, so he'll be wanting to try and unlat himself, but he's got a lot of traffic to get through if he wants to do that.
Yeah, look, he's just in there for the, try and get team points at the end of the day. Try and stay out of people's way.
It's gone very deep. And
what is he, 0.4 behind? 0.3.
0.3 still, he's right up his bum.
Bum.
Yeah.
Sounds like a kinder word, mate. What's going on there?
Who knows?
You're not a teacher, are you?
No.
No,
I'm
I didn't think so. Bum. Hi, I'm Mr. Bum.
He's going down straight here. Doesn't seem to be gaining much on Redback, so the Redback gets a really good drive away from Maggot and Bex there. But Panda got a good run through that corner though.
Yep. Oh, I can't believe how settled that Porsche looks. And so here comes Rain of Fire again, just sneaking up into the back of these two, just biding his time. And just watching these two here as they just cycle through this fast right-hander. Both of these guys are taking some really nice lines. And so Redback's taking away that opportunity there again. So he's cutting right across. Nothing illegal there, so it's all within the rules and regulations of the Race on Oz rules.
But yeah, just real nice, clean defending there. Just not, completely blocking the whole right side of the track, but just enough to just, stops Panda having, a look. So good driving here. He's staying fairly clean, putting his car in all the right spots here.
Stu's just indicated the kicker's down to 5th. Brett wants up into 4th, so he must have made a mistake. We'll take that. We'll just stay with this battle here now between Panda and Redback. I'm not quite sure if there's anything that's really going to happen between these two guys. We've got a couple of close little battles down the list of drivers a bit further, but they all seem to be quite spread out, to be honest.
Yeah, starting to spread out. Bounty's probably the closest one at the moment on Stu. 0.5 behind.
That's Stu Wilson.
Yeah, no, in 9th position.
Yeah. Yeah, the other thing that the guys need to watch for tonight too is, building up the track limits, penalties. We did see a few guys, I think from last round had a couple of drive-throughs, but I think what came out of last round as well in the Tier 1 was the speeding in the pits. Now, we know that Silverstone on entry to the pits is quite tricky. It's sort of, you come around that blind right-hander, then all of a sudden the pit board's there and bang, you rush and hit the brakes and put it down into first gear and hit the pit limiter. And we did see Burradog and there was someone else. It was M. Harris who got a stop-go 30-second penalty. So I won't say that I was rubbing my hands together whilst I was driving, but kind of had a little bit of as Bounty comes up on the inside there. Got that pass nicely.
Christopher and BB Racing in 18th and 19th were having a battle. Christopher almost had a look, but he kind of backed off that on the hairpin. But it was looking very close between those two before.
I've noticed that. And who's the one just in front of him in the Ferrari? Is that Edge. Yeah, he's got a bit of paint flake hanging off the front of his bumper bar too, mate.
Yeah. So lots of flaky cars here tonight. But Christopher's already caught back
Robin's
up
racing.
to EV.
I'm
Both
dropping the
online.
hammer. Yeah, he's got a bit of damage there. Exo's out again. Yeah, I have no doubts that we'll probably see some replays of the race start come through the protests, I think. We had quite a few last week, which we needed to manage through, but yeah, it's it's unfortunate, but it's good that we've got that system in place that we can, hopefully review and get the right outcomes for on-track incidents. So
Yeah. Christopher's still all over the back of BV here.
his car looks pretty unstable, heavy braking too. So the tail end of it, BV's just
He's gone around the
let him
outside.
through.
Beautiful move.
Oh, very squirrely. Who's coming up through there in the beamer? Is that?
That's Jew in the beamer. No.
Psycho. That's it. Yeah, well, that was very close. So, okay. There is a bit of a bunch.
Yeah. Yeah, he's letting the people past.
I don't know who that is. Oh, oh, is it?
Had an
Okay.
ordinary start. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see, watch the grid start replay because we had cars going around even before the first corner. A couple of pit manoeuvres. So Coppers will be proud, I think.
Also, weather forecast for the next 15 minutes, is that? Oh,
Still
Jesus.
sunny.
How do these guys get it so bloody easy?
Still got 40 minutes to get rain. Can still happen.
We've got BV coming up on the back of Black Falcon there too. So no team orders here.
I think that what was Wayne. The Black Falcon's right on the back of Christopher in 19.
Oh, sorry. I'm looking at the iPad, so the names are really blurry for me, and I actually don't have my glasses on either.
Oh,
how did we miss that?
we're watching the exciting racing in the midfield.
Apologies to the viewers there.
Redback's a second back, so he must have made a mistake because Rain of Fire is right on him too.
Yeah, well, you only just got to catch one of those bumps on the curbing and unsettle the car, and it will, pop it around. So it doesn't take much, and it looks like he's running his car pretty rigid by the looks of it. It's very stiff in the rear end. There's nothing worse than having a stiff rear end.
You prefer a stiff front end?
Well, sorry, where was that going?
Anyway.
That's all right, mate. There's blue pills out there you can buy over the counter for that stuff. Don't have to feel left out. At the end of the day, it's only there to hang your towel, mate, in the morning, so it's all good.
And Rain filling Redback's mirror here, letting him know he's there.
I'm just wondering if he's, what are we there, 38 minutes in, I'm just wondering if he's feeling a little bit of pain with his tyres.
Could be.
Could
He
be.
might have had a bit of a slide going, so his tyres might be still a little bit hot. Trying to cool them down a bit. Quite possible.
There's always that fuel burn as well with the aero balance differences, mates. You know, you've got to be adjusting for that through the whole race. So there's probably an opportunity where he's, you know, had a little bit of a mishap, and because of that, but we won't know until, you know, maybe we see it through the season 10 chat. But Panda's definitely pulling away, and Rain of Fire is closing in. Now, these guys are on the same team, K-Man, is that correct? Right. So you're getting nervous? Okay, that's good. I was.
Full faith in his team here. Do you think it might be a good idea for Black to maybe hit in a bit early? Oh, and just as you said that, Rain had just gone through on Redback. Through that corner. So Rain is in second place now.
Yeah, great effort, especially in the Lambo. Kind of gives me a little bit of inspiration.
There is hope, I admit.
Well, it's a quick car. You've just got to get the setup right. Yeah, it's just, I think it's one of those cars that, you know, you can be a little bit off with your anti-roll bars or your diff lock, and it just changes the whole characteristics of the car and the way that it performs. But yeah, well done to Rain of Fire there to put it up into P2, and great effort for Team SAR to have cars in 2 and 3 positions, followed by Brett Watt, who looks like he's lurking there in the background, if that's his car. It is. Apparently,
Sparky God and Knight and Bounty are pretty close together. Looks like they're having a good battle, and Stu Wilson's not too far off from either.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, fantastic. Let us know when we're live again. Oh, are we? Oh, excellent. Thank you.
We could always re-say what K-Man said if that's a thing. Yeah.
No, he's saying it's a song. He was just doing a little bit of a chorus. The Gambler. What have we got happening up there? Towards the pointy end. Not a lot. Are they spread out again?
Yeah, still Sparky and Knight is still probably still the closest battle, and 9th and 8th.
Yeah, they have spread right out. Who we got down here? Is this Sparky God and Bounty, is it?
Yes, Sparky and Bounty having a
behind.
Good little battle here.
Well, that's good that Bounty is feeling a little bit of pressure from his teammate.
Yeah, so Bounty's moved up to 8th now. So he started in 19th, I believe. But now he's under pressure from Sparky. Where did Sparky start? Let me just look up my picture. So Sparky started in 11th.
Okay. It's pretty close.
Yeah, Bounty had an amazing start, but now Sparky's maybe finding some form. Tyres might be a little bit better coming into the halfway mark of the race.
Just to the viewers there, just to clarify, K-Man actually did mute himself whilst he was talking. This was from the production manager notes, feedback back to the two comms guys, being myself and Knox. So that's why you weren't able to hear K-Man's lovely voice. And he's pushing out a little bit. He's just dropped off just a fraction. Looks like the rear end's probably sliding around just a little bit too much for his liking. But Bounty has just pulled out a couple of tenths. As we've mentioned before, with these two guys battling like this, rather than, well, if it was me and Psycho, well, Sparky was quicker, I'd let him through and then I'd just jump on the back of him. But what it's doing is it's bringing Stu Wilson, as he's gone quite wide, into the mix. And what you don't want to do is have a third car, two's company, three is a crowd, as they say, to start to put pressure on Sparky, and then all of a sudden, while you could have been driving around nicely with each other, you've now got someone bearing down and putting pressure on them themselves as well. So. He's made the move.
Taking the inside. Very good. Very good move.
Bounty. Oh, I thought he was going to shoot back up the inside then. Oh, Sparky's just gone wide slightly.
Touch the grass. It's not going to help his exit speed there.
No, Bounty probably just needs to protect this position from Stu Wilson, which it looks like he's doing. So that's great team driving by those two guys. So well done, Bounty. So whether that's his intention or not, I'm not terribly sure. I have no doubt he probably wants to get that position back.
No doubt.
Sorry, mate, what was that?
Clean. Oh yeah, I said no doubt, but it was all done all nice and clean.
It was.
Stu was lurking there, lurking in the beamer.
Well, I think our wish for rain has disappeared because the clouds have gone, and we've got full sun at the track at the moment.
Full sun, yes.
So these guys are enjoying lovely weather. No threat of anything except each other. Who are we on there? Cayman. Oh, Panda coming out of the pits.
And Redback's coming out of the pits too, so they both pit at the same time.
Ooh. He looked like he didn't have a very nice exit there, and he looked like he went off track just a fraction.
So Redback is almost 7 seconds off Fangpoo here. They definitely dropped off the pace here, unless he had a bit of a mistake going to the pits as well. Or fix some damage, possibly.
Well, he definitely had a mistake coming out of the pits, the way that the car was launching around. But, yeah, this is very odd that he's dropped back as much as what he has. He seems to have really just dropped off the pace.
Yeah, so Rain's just coming in into the pits now, so it'll be interesting to see where I think he's going to jump Redback, because Redback's 6 seconds off. Oh, and Brett White just touched the side of the pit wall coming in as well. So that's not going to do him much help in the car and the damage.
Yeah, it's interesting. While we had all these guys, I'm just looking at the. Oh, he only just tagged the wall slightly, but it looked like he was on the brakes pretty heavy to try not to speed into the pits. But one of the things that we encourage is it's good to practice your laps and try and do quick times, but you need to practice your pit entries as well. It's always good to make sure you've got a nice pit entry. At the end of the day, you don't want to speed, as we saw from last week. Some of those guys lost some serious positions from having a stop-go penalty for 30 seconds. So by the time you cycle through the pits and then your 30-second stop, it's a huge penalty.
The Rain's just coming out of the pits now.
He's not that far off Pandos. Just wait. Oh, there you go. Brett Want has got a stop-go, 30-second stop-go penalty.
Oh,
And that
no.
will be speeding into the pits, not pulling it up before the pit board there, which is why his car was lurching from the left to right, trying to avoid that. And then there's another one, Bounty. So,
Oh, all his good work out of the window,
yeah,
down the
he'll be
drain.
chucking the toys out of the bath right now, I reckon.
Yeah. And the baby.
And the baby too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not great for those fellas. You know, that's the difference between some big points that you could have had to your individual championship points, but you've just sucked it all away with having a poor entry into pits.
So,
So
Brett Mott jumped Red back in the pits too, but unfortunately he's got the stop-go penalty. So, yeah, Redback must have had a decent mistake to get jumped by Brett as well.
yep, I'd be surprised if he pulls too much more back. If he does, that's a fantastic effort. Just a shout out to Rainer Fire too, the vice captain of Team SAR. Doing a great job tonight, so well done, mate.
So we've still got a T2000 and Sparky Guy running around. You still haven't done their pits yet.
Yeah, be interested to see how TT goes. I'm not quite sure how much ACC racing he's done. Going into the pit when it does finally happen, it would be interesting to see if it's a nice clean one. I hope it is.
Well, his rear end looks pretty second-hand. It looks like someone's had a bit of a crack at his butt at some point along the race.
Yeah, nothing worse than that happening while we're out on track.
No.
So that's Bounty serving his stop go. That will hurt big time. He'll be seething. And you know what hurts even more? When you go in for your stop go and you leave the pitch and you get another one.
I'm happy to say that never happened to me, but I'm sure.
Oh, I've had it once. You learn very quickly to
Yeah,
not do it.
just saying it sounds painful.
It is. But Redback just his car looks like it's just not settled. So I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Maybe he's just felt the pressure. Now let's see if this stop-go penalty clears for Bounty, which it does, and it puts him back down into 17th position at this stage. 18th. 19th. Yeah, that's a killer. Wow, sorry mate, that's occurred. TT's in the pits now. Sparky God still needs to do his pit stop. We've still got Shamrock, who's in the pits. Came in, gave him a big shout out before. It's good to see that he hasn't had a internet disconnect tonight, which is good. He's able to do quite a bit more of the race, so well done. Fingers crossed that continues for you, mate. And Rain of Fire is 2.7 seconds behind Kung Fu Panda. Oh, he's missed his pit box, has he? He's done a Ron Jeremy and
Yeah.
done a Ron Jeremy shot over the box. Yeah, he's way off there, wasn't he? Oh, well.
Well, that's going to help Gather because Gather was having a good fight with TT, I think.
I don't know what's going on, though. He doesn't seem to be able to do his pit stop.
Maybe he forgot to bind his turn off the car button.
Yeah, good point.
It's happened to the best of us.
I might contact him after the race and just see what happened. Yeah, so Cheese Noodles is running around as a privateer tonight as well. So he's returned back to the Race on Oz ACC Racing League for the GT3 series. He did have a break there for a little while. We'll find a team for him to cycle back into, which will be good.
Sparky's gone to the pits. He's finally pulled the trigger 22 minutes ago, so he might have filled his tank a little bit heavier than the others, just in case it did rain. But now he's going to have a nice light car and fresh tyres to really attack the end of this race.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult to maintain a high level of good laps, backing up lap after lap.
22 minutes to go. He's Panda still has to keep it on the black stuff. But this is a fantastic reply from his last race. The backup and from a very horrible race in Spa. And Rain's gone around. Rain has hit the inside pit wall.
Who was that in front of him? Who's that BMW? Is that Stu Wilson with the pink wheels? He's just been hit in the arse in by another
Ferrari. He's gone off again.
Oh no! Hurry out!
This is
what
horrible.
a nightmare.
He's
straight into the pits. He's done. I don't know who that BMW was. I think it might have been Stu Wilson that he was coming up onto, and basically he's just rear-ended him. Yeah, that's a shocker. But Bears Corners confirmed that TT didn't turn his car off as he's gone into the pit.
I thought Rain might have just touched the AstroTurf and lost the rear. That's what it looked like to me.
Hang on, I'm gonna just have a quick look at the YouTube screen for a second here.
So that puts Red back up to second place now. So he'll be cheering about that. Pretty decent gap down to Adge, and kicking a rapid. Adge still has to pit. 20 minutes to go, and Adge still has to pit.
So apologies, it wasn't Stu Wilson, it was Psycho in the BMW. Has slowed on that corner looks like it appears to slow down to let Rainify through, and Rainify has reacted to him being in that position and has speared it off into the wall. So he's actually just come on into the chat. Yeah, mate, you're doing really well there. Apologies for what's happened. Well, I don't know why I'm apologising. It's disappointing that it happened. And it's certainly, if you save the replay, then hopefully we can have a look at it.
Hey, man, if you jump to 7th, Sparky and F1 Sniper have a good battle. Sorry to cut you off there, Ads.
No, that's okay.
There's a good battle happening out in race now. I had a pretty big spread.
I'm getting my
around the outside.
Pausing. Connection failure. Have you got storms going on, K-Man?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yep.
The race. K-Man has just lost it.
K-Man has left the room.
Yeah. Give us 2 secs and K-Man should be able to join back in. I'll try and Oh, really? That's right, because they're not watching their YouTube. I'm still watching. Sparking Sniper is still racing.
Green light, green light. Go, go, go.
Sorry about that, guys. K-Man just dropped out from the server. So if you go to 7th K-Man, so we got Sparky and F1 Sniper having a real good close battle here. Sparky trying to go around the long side. They touch.
They do touch.
And he gets the inside line here. He's done it. Bit of rubbing and racing there, but he's made it work.
I'm dropping the hammer.
Let's see if F1 can hit back, but not too hard. He's already pulled. He already pulled a gap here. It'll be interesting to see if everyone can keep up with him. It's almost already out to a second.
Yes.
23rd.
Oh, Scotty Pye's up there in P21 now. That's not too bad considering the start that he had, which was
Yeah, he had a horrible start again.
horrible start. Yep. Still not a bad effort.
Yeah, well, if you go just up to 26, Heat XL and BC are having a nice little battle. You can say on who you were, but
Well, even that battle that you were just on came in.
yeah. Sorry about that. I'm just
Four
trying
cars.
to watch whatever action is going on, trying to keep an eye on things.
Someone in there's out of position, so they are getting blue flags. Well, this is, I don't know about this, but this is heating up.
Yeah.
Whoever the blue flags are for, they're not dropping off. which is good. So who's that going? Is that there was someone off to the left there?
Oh, and a Ferrari.
There's cars everywhere. Just
what happened there?
I don't know.
Shamrock's
Someone's
gone
gone out wide. Yep. Who are we on there? Is that Christoph? Is it? Yeah, I don't know. Not sure what's happened there. What's
The Interrail and the Ferrari.
Very strange.
Yeah. There was too much going on. It's hard to keep track of what actually happened.
Yeah, I'm just going to watch the replay back on the YouTube stream. I think. Oh, what's happened there? Hey, I'm just sorry, guys. I'm just going to watch this back to see what's actually happened. I've got BV, Christoph, and so that is Shamrock at the back of him, wasn't it? Okay, man. So they're all very close. when they come onto Hanger Straight, it looks as though they're all very basically within metres of each other. Had too many went a little bit wide on the grass. They're bunched up. No, there was no one in the middle of the track. It just looks like they've all gone wide. They've all basically, Shamrock's missed the right-hander there coming off into Stowe. There was a car off to the left, but not on track. Yeah, but not on track.
So Brett Won in 10th has just passed Cheese and Noodles, and he's on the hunt trying to track down Black Falcon in 9th. He's got down to 0.8 now.
Goza is up into 4th position. Just saying. As I mentioned earlier, he's struggling tonight. Had a medical procedure done. So that's an excellent effort by Gaza to be up where he is.
The other closest battle on track is St. Sim in 15th, and Adge right on him too. And they got Morningstar and Mike just in front of them too.
Yeah, you're right, Cameron. I think Silverstone definitely seems to be the track for it. I think it's because of the fast-flowing corners, but then there's technical aspects to it as well. So yeah, not quite sure, but just brings cars in closer to each other. They see opportunities. There's a few corners there, like coming into Stowe, which is difficult with the finding your brake marker, because it is tempting. It's definitely tempting to go deeper, just thinking that you're going to get a better run through there and make the run on someone in front of you. But it does invite cars to go wide, and it does invite cars to come together, which is unfortunate. But it is racing, and it's what happens in the real life.
And Brett White has made the move on Black Falcon already. So Black Falcon, Brett White up to 9th now.
This is a good effort after his stop-go penalty for 30 seconds.
But with 10 minutes to go, I don't think he'll be able to get any more places after that.
Yeah, not unless there's a on-track incident or someone makes a serious mistake. But great drive. I mean, at the end of the day, it's you can get the stop-go penalty for 30 seconds and then come back on track and had the red mist going and lose all your concentration. But it seems as though he's come back out and happy to get whatever positions he can and fight for whatever he can and make the passes very clean by the looks of it. So he's, with leading the Drivers' Championship, he's got a fair bit on the line. So he just, he needs to make every point count at the moment and learn by your mistakes. So he'll get there. That's okay. I think I just saw bloody Lewis Hamilton over there in the bloody pits waving.
Really heating up here, and I think St. looking at the inside. Can he go around the outside here?
That was close.
10 minutes to go. He's pushing hard.
Who's that? Who's the purple car?
Adge is right there, heading back. Oh, hold on onto your hats, boys.
And girls. And nanas.
Oh, here we go. Side by side, nice and clean. They make it work. St. Team gets the position back. Oh, and Adge is holding on for dear life here. A great scrap with the three guys here with closing minutes. 8.5 minutes to go.
You need to go back to the garage, K-Man, and then pick the car. Well, at least you're giving everyone a bit of airtime. There it is.
We're still going hard at it.
Yeah, no, I realise that. That's okay.
He's got a good run. He's got to
Oh,
make a
righto.
move on the inside here. He's got a good run here.
Yeah, don't hit it yet. Yep, he's pulled a move.
Oh, he's going deep.
Oh, there's contact.
Contact.
Let's just let Edge go through.
That, yep, Adge would be loving that.
They got to use their bloody helicopter radars just to make sure that they're keeping their distance from each other. There's no excuse for that. You should be able to just see it right up on the top of the screen.
I think he did go a little bit deep though on Morningstar. They've got some. This car looking pretty.
Yes. Yeah, because you don't have that. Yeah, true. Who? Yeah. So anyone in the chat there that drives bonnet view, says I wouldn't have thought that there'd be many people that would actually do that now.
And
Yeah.
look out, Bounty has caught up to these two, Saint Sim and Morningstar, before they're fighting.
Yeah, so he'll
he's
be
in the mix here too.
he'll be wanting to get as many positions back as he possibly can.
Yep. So before this fight, 6 minutes to go. Bounty in a good position here.
I think Bounty's just gone. Oh no, who's that? Morningstar Mike's just gone off on the inside.
He's just gone off the grass, so that's let Saint Sim and Bounty through. But now Saint Sim has Bounty on his back now. He's got to look out for.
And he's got a run on him too.
He does.
No, he hasn't. So we've got 3 PCR. Yep, we have.
Yep, Bounty's just gone through.
Oh, okay. Yep. So Cameron Footner's on the bonnet. Confirmed. Yep. I just not judging, definitely not judging, but I like the dash view because it just gives that extra next level of realism to the game. Yeah. You certainly do miss seeing your corner apexes and things like that. But you just what? Well, it's a new word that I've just come up with. Corner, coming into a corner and then hitting the apex is what I was probably meant to say.
I think Brett White just got the move done on Falcon, but yeah, Falcon's trying to reply back though.
Yeah, well, this is Ferrari versus McLaren.
In the old interesting
I think,
yellow and pink liveries.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of following for Team Little Bear.
Yep.
But interesting that I think Brett White's been racing since season 2. He did have a have a little bit of time off there, but he's never driven any other car except the McLaren, from memory. So that's
who was that?
Brett Want.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a lot of seasons to drive around in one make of car.
I think Hayden's very similar in T1. I don't think I've ever seen him in even in Gran Turismo days. He was a McLaren man.
Who's that? Sorry. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
He does. I don't think he'd probably prefer the McLaren though.
I'm surprised that we don't have an Audi in the T2 series. I mean, we see Side Dog and who else is in the Audi that's doing quite well? Oh, Stu Barkley. No, I mean doing quite well. Yeah. Sorry, Stu. Just kidding, mate. He's probably in the garage bouncing the tennis ball around at the moment, so. Yeah, but those guys that are driving the Audi even now, with the new Ferrari model and still performing at a very high level, is unbelievable. Great effort for those guys to be able to do that still. Quite often we've seen over the last few seasons, as we've just got 1 minute to go, but we see the flavour of the season of car, depending on BOP changes and updates that come through for ACC. We saw that last season with the BMW M4. Everyone jumped on board with that, and most people have jumped on board with the Ferrari this season. So it's good to see some of those other guys staying with the other models, or choosing to do something completely out of the box and different. A little bit like yourself, Noxie, in the BMW. In the AMG Mercedes, mate.
Yes, a bit of a
Bit of a
wild
lone
one,
star
but
there.
it's fun. And if you look on the Bounty's website, the average points for
Give it all you can.
whatever car the people are driving, I am number one because I'm the only one driving.
Well, that's a win.
Yep. So I'll take that. I'll take that win over the season. As long as I keep getting decent points, I should be able to keep it.
Is that you typing the comments in the under Roost TV there, K-Man? What have you written? In car, you can get it to look into corners. Can you? How? You can get it to actually look into.
Yeah. You look.
Oh, you'll have to show me that. I don't get that.
It's a bit disconcerting that it can work, but I find.
Alrighty, so it looks like Panda's on his last lap. This will be his victory lap. Done an absolutely fantastic job tonight for Team PRT.
Yeah, I don't think he hasn't put a foot wrong now. He's just
He definitely has not.
put the race by the stranglehold and haven't looked back.
Running around with Van Gisbergen's number, 97.
Yep.
Gisbergen, yep. He's a fan favourite with most. Not.
What can Stu do with the closing lap here?
The leader has finished the race.
Had a pretty eventful race.
Well done, mate. You've done an excellent job tonight. And Redback, I reckon he has been dealt a lucky card because Rain of Fire going off has just gifted him position 2.
Fantastic second there too.
So good on him that he's hung on and taken that. And Kick It and Rip It.
Kick and Rip It in third. A pretty quiet race, but I think he'll be happy with a third there.
Mate, I'd be happy with a podium.
Oh, and Gaz, he's I think he's had a bit of a blinder of a race in
I
fourth.
think he has too. He's done very well tonight.
Car's looking pretty banged up, but I think he's done very well to climb up the fourth there.
Who's this, Sparky God?
Sparky.
And you got
Nice,
Sniper.
solid performance from it. Oh, that was close at the line there. F1 Sniper just getting stewed by 1.1 seconds.
And we just had Rain of Fire come in through the comments congratulating Panda, saying he's too quick tonight. Again, unfortunate circumstances, mate, and definitely we're in there. Very proud of you for flying the flag of the Lamborghini. But yeah, next round we've got Zolder, so there's your opportunity to get your fight back. Well, that's excellent with these guys tonight, isn't it? It's
pretty
fantastic that they had full sun.
Yeah, well, I bet a lot of them were enjoying that. We still had a lot of action on the road, though.
We had a lot of action. It'll be interesting to see some of the comments that are made through the team's Discord threads. Unfortunately, we won't be privy to a lot of that. But we'll just see what Team BHR brings up with their chats. Give the guys a bit of a pat on the back. And should be good.
Yeah, so we just got too many coming around. About to finish the race. He's in 20th now. That's a good race by him. Would have been better. And who's the last person?
Yep, go for it. No, we'll do it now. Noxie, mate, well done tonight.
Yes.
Great racing by these guys. Again, unfortunately we saw a little bit of a unfortunate incidents at the start of the race there, but some good battles through the race. Some stop-go penalties, which always changes things up, and some of those guys fought their way back up into good positions. And mate, thank you very much for your company tonight. It's done a great job with the commentating. Thank you to K-Man for the production management that's gone on in the background. So just a quick reference. So the last few rounds we've been streaming through PS5 straight onto YouTube. We are now back on through PC, through a capture card, running with overlays. We've got thumbnails going on. We've attempted to get a hot lap in there, downloaded off YouTube. And obviously we've had some sound issues as well. But, bear with us. We are forever trying. We definitely try to bring in more to you guys as viewers. So appreciate your support with that. But to everyone that's participated tonight, fantastic. Well done. And we'll see you next round. Thank you, guys.
See you guys.